Hello folks, it's Rich here. How are we doing? Just a quick video update on this. So for those who have watched my other video on this is the Chapman ML1-X, which I bought used from a chap off eBay in the UK. And then this has got really bad fret ends, sharp fret ends, ouch, ouch, ouch. And the chap, Dan from Chapman, actually reached out on my YouTube video and followed up on it, which is good of him. Anyway, so this was bought from Anderton's originally, and he's been in touch with Anderton's, and they're apparently a bit upset that they've let a guitar kind of slip through their QC with sharp fret ends. So good that they picked up that. They can't do anything with it because I bought it used. The suggestion, reading into Dan's email, is that if the original purchaser had got in touch with them, they would have replaced it or done something with it. So Dan himself, so Dan's from Chapman, Dan, he said that it also, if I bought it new, that they'd potentially look at replacing the neck for me, but obviously they can't do that. So sending me a t-shirt, a Chapman t-shirt, which is fair enough. I mean, I bought the guitar used, but it's nice to know that they sort of followed up on it. And yeah, and we're interested to know where it come from and why it not passed QC. Or he'd also asked as well about what conditions it had been kept in. The guy, he's London based, so it would be kept in his house, I suppose, his flat, like anyone else's. But the one thing that did tickle me about this, and this is not Chapman related, it's Anderton's related, I suppose. Now, all guitars potentially can get fret sprout, can't they? It just depends how bad they are. I guess there's a mixture of fret sprout and just poorly finished frets, or possibly just blatantly bad frets. I don't know. The Kramer that I recently bought, which I featured on here, came from Anderton's, and the frets on that, were they as bad as this? Maybe not. Well, there's a couple on here right at the top that are really proper finger cutters, but that Kramer was also really bad. So I did say to Dan when I replied to him, I referenced that Kramer. You know, maybe Anderton's just see too many guitars that come through their warehouse to check them all. And you know, I appreciate with atmosphere, moisture, and you know, it's wood, isn't it? So it's not a perfect world. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny, me and Anderton's, I like watching their videos and I like the staff, but my experience as a purchaser from Anderton's, not that this one came from Anderton's, by the way, has been really indifferent. I had a used Chapman ML1, the same as that one, ages ago, which was secondhand, and it came and it was set up badly, had all virtually rusty strings, and it'd obviously be owned by a smoker as well. It was just filthy and horrible. Then I had the East Coast one over Christmas time, which just didn't rock up at all, just didn't appear, and they weren't very helpful. Okay, they're at the mercy of their courier, I suppose, but they employ that courier. They've been indifferent when I've had guitars that I didn't want and sent back on the refund coming back into my account. Sometimes it has, other times I've had to chase it up. The ML3 here, which my now fiance bought for me so I could compare it to the purple one because I didn't know which one I wanted. It was great that she ordered that and bought it. And then what we wanted to do is me to keep this one, but send the purple one back. So it's two different accounts. And they made a bit of a song and dance about how difficult that was administratively to do, but they did do it. But Sarah had to chase them up 2.5 weeks later for the refund of £1,000 on their account. So Anderton's are a mixed bag for me, really. And in terms of my choice of where I buy guitars from, I would always buy from Guitar if I could. They rock up when they say they do quickly. I've never had any issues, and their used guitars all come set up and with new strings and clean. So yeah, but yeah, I guess they're all different, aren't they? But there we go. So that was just the update, just to let you know on that. The Chapman customer service has been absolutely superb on that. So for those who might doubt what Chapman are about as a brand, like or loathe the reverse headstocks or whatever it is, the customer service has been brilliant. So thanks to Dan for following up on that, and thank you for Chapman for caring.